Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Adult Table, the number one freeform conversation show based on two friends just talking shit and letting it rip. It's me, of course, your slightly inebriated host, Trav. I got the Gavorka, of course, brought to you, of course, with considerable consideration. Phenomenal consideration. One would say the best consideration, the Vanilla
Some would
Gorilla,
say there's been so much consideration, but this is the best consideration.
the 500-pound bench pressing,
You'll be
Vanilla,
you'll be so sick and tired of considerations.
the Vanilla Gorilla himself, everybody, the one and only Mr. Joey Fats. How
Cheers.
the
Merry
fuck
Christmas,
has your
Happy
week
New
been?
Year, everybody.
I hope, yeah, how was your Christmas week, man?
Christmas was awesome, dude. It was I mean, aside I got I had Christmas Eve off for the first time in 7 years, so that was nice.
Grats.
And then I worked a double on Christmas Day against my will, but had to do it. You know, it is what it is. Sometimes those things happen, but other than that, it was phenomenal, dude. It was good times. Got to see all my family.
Yep.
My wife's family, old friends. It was a lot of fun.
Hell yeah. Glad to hear it, man.
It was everything Christmas is supposed to be.
As it should be.
Yeah.
You know, whether you follow that Abrahamic religion specifically or not, it's just a good time to get together with family. And
Abraham and Isaac.
yes. Shit.
I
But
went to Jew school once.
uh yeah, I went to a friend's bar mitzvah.
Yeah. Oh, I went to a couple of bar mitzvahs, but I went to I those two friends that I went to their bar mitzvahs. I also went to Jew school with them a couple of times before their bar mitzvahs. Hung out with Avi Tegan over in the synagogue on Hawthorne Street. Hawthorne Street.
Yeah.
You know, Brown Allen Hawthorne. It was
Yes.
pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty.
Oh,
dope.
you know, it's a very I don't think I've seen pictures of that one inside. But the outside looks cool. Most of them all look pretty badass, actually. Like they got
Yeah,
some interesting architecture, and then the area where they have the Torah and everything. Like it's pretty elaborate. Like it's
I think I was in either 6th or 7th grade when I went in there, so I didn't really pay too much attention to
you're
it.
just like, all right, another stuffy room where
Yeah, I
people
was
are
like,
saying things
cool.
that I don't give a shit about.
Like, all right, another church, right? Whatever. What you're not gonna try to convert me, are you? And they were like, no. And I'm like, all right, good. I don't think my mom would be too happy about that, even though she probably wouldn't give two fucks.
Oh, thank Christ. Oh, I'm sorry.
You're like-
I mean, thank
Like, oh,
whoever.
you're a Jew now. Am I gonna have to get you some Manischewitz?
Bust out the Manischewitz,
Get the Manischewitz and some gefilte fish. Let's go, baby.
the gefilte fish.
Yeah. Nobody actually knows what the fuck that is. It's just like a made up thing. Pretty sure South Park just made that up, but
I don't know. It's a thing.
maybe there was something else then South Park did that was made up. None of my Jewish friends knew what it was, and their parents didn't either.
Well, I think that might be more of like a regional Jewish thing, like how like the Lutherans have like in the Midwest.
Isn't gefilte fish? Isn't it just like salt cod?
I think so.
Isn't that what it is? Kind of like
I believe so. It is a thing,
Portuguese would
but
call it bacalhau.
sure. But it's like lutefisk is a fish dish in like the Midwest, like Minnesota. You know,
I gotta go back and watch the early South Park episodes and try to remember what the fuck the dish was that none of my Jewish friends knew what it was.
I think it was gefilte fish.
That was one of them, but there was something else too. I can't remember what the hell it was right now, which is bad for my trivia game. So you could have got me on this one right now, but
I believe it was.
you don't know the answer either. So
No, not for sure.
we're racking our brains right now.
Well, that means we're still
Go ahead,
at
and ask me, go ahead and ask me how many times I said shit and it hits the fan. You know, I can give you that answer
Yes.
off the top of my head, but
Well, yeah, since we both didn't get that right off the top of our heads, then that means we're still at a stalemate all these years later.
yeah, no shit, right? Unfortunately, that was the longest game of trivia ever.
It went on forever. Even like Sean and everyone else there was like, all right, we just gotta like.
Well, what they needed to do was post what Sean and I told Sean after the fact was like you needed to do like a closest, like a closest without going over kind of question. You know what I mean? Like something where like somebody has to win. You know?
Yeah, because they were all specific questions, which is fine. But you and I were just going one for one.
You and I were just flexing our impeccable South Park knowledge upon the world. And everyone was getting kind of bored with it. Like, okay, guys, we get it. You watch the show. Jesus Christ.
And yeah, once again, I'll reiterate from what I said last week. Hello, Kelsey. Also, yeah, people need to get on our wavelength, not just with South Park. Mostly that, because we are, I'm declaring it now, the authority on it, as far as shit-talking podcasts go.
Absolutely, definitely, 100%. I will put my South Park knowledge to the test against anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody.
Oh, if there was a specific trivia just for South Park, if it was just you and me, we would mop the floor with pretty much every team of like 4 or 5. It would be unfair. It'd be like, you guys should tie our hands behind our back.
It'd be like the Patriots. It'd be like the Patriots playing the Jets, last week on Sunday.
Yeah, big ups to them. And hey, I'll keep it brief with the sports talk, because of course you guys got to go and watch and listen to Row One Seat One for all your sports talk shit talk.
Tomorrow night, 9:00.
Of course,
live.
Be there and be square.
Yes.
I will say, yeah, they've had the easier schedule than Denver, of course.
Oh, they literally have had the easiest schedule, I think, in NFL history now. I think it's official.
Possibly.
I think their win percentage actually just hit the record low, and I think it can't go any lower.
Well, on paper going into it, it was already, like, very cushy for them.
Yeah, it was pretty, which is why I picked, preseason, which is another reason why you should listen to Row 1C1.
Mm-hmm.
Yours truly picked the Patriots to win 11 games preseason. I was almost laughed out of the building by most people when I told them that they were going to win at least 10, if not 11 or more. And everybody was like, "You're fucking crazy! No fucking way! They're never going to. They won 4 games last year. They'll be lucky to be 500." I'm like, "Okay." I was like, take that risk at your own. Make those predictions at your own peril. And here I am, the number 1 Patriots hater in all the land. And yet again, I know more about the Patriots than most of their fans. So, that's why it sucks to be me sometimes. But
yeah, I felt like
it's a burden I have to shoulder.
Coming into the season, I felt like they could be where they're at right now within 2 of this season. But, I mean, Vrabel turned everything around there. They got McDaniels back, which has been a huge help for Drake May, of course.
I'll tell you what, man.
They made other great moves and signings and drafts, like with Will Campbell. Thankfully, he'll be coming back soon. Within the draft, like it's there. I think they have the best shot of beating Denver, because it's going to come down to those 2 teams.
I don't think they have a shot of beating Denver, and I'll explain more tomorrow night in more detail. But the biggest reason why I don't think they're going to first of all, the game will probably be in Mile High.
Yep, well, they're undefeated on the road, the Patriots.
Justin Herbert is not playing on Sunday, which is the Broncos beat the Chargers. They get the 1 seed.
Yes.
Which means the road will run through us, Denver, I mean. And the reason why I don't think New England is going to have success against Denver is Denver plays a lot of man defense in the secondary, and the Patriots simply don't have the weapons to get open against our secondary, and that's going to leave Drake May to have to hold on to the ball a little bit longer. And when that pass rush starts to get to him, and Denver is exceptionally good at rushing, especially up the middle, which is, where you can flush a mobile quarterback out and get him into the hands of some of these edge rushers. I think it's going to play right into Denver's hands. I think it's honestly, if it's Denver, New England, the AFC Championship, it'll be close for 2.5 quarters, and then Denver should win it going away. But
you made some fair points.
The team that makes me the most nervous, to be quite frank, is would be number 1 would be the Buffalo Bills, because if Josh Allen starts doing Josh Allen shit,
well, he did some.
We're all in trouble.
Is his ankle fucked up?
I don't know, but that's the thing. This is the beauty of the NFL. You just don't know week to week,
any given Sunday,
what team's going to show up exactly. And the playoffs styles make fights, right? That's the whole thing, and matchups are everything in the NFL. It's if you match up against the teams that if we get, let's say we get Pittsburgh and New England back to back, I love our chances a shitload more than if we have to play Buffalo and Jacksonville. Because Buffalo and Jacksonville have mobile quarterbacks that can get away from our pass rushers. They can, and when we play a lot of man coverage, mobile quarterbacks kind of can kill you.
Yeah.
Because the defenders aren't looking at the quarterback; they're looking at the guy they're covering. So it makes it a little bit more difficult. And guys like we saw Trevor Lawrence 2 weeks ago, he did his thing against Denver in Denver, and it was a couple things that went wrong for Denver that game, but nonetheless. But those would be my 2 least favorite matchups: Buffalo, Jacksonville. Whereas if we have to play New England, Houston, Pittsburgh, or Baltimore, or Houston, I'm not terribly worried. So there's that. There's my little sports piece for.
That's
for,
fair.
for
You follow all of it more than I do. I try to follow some of it, but mostly I'm just a Patriots fan, and that's what I enjoy watching. I did watch the entire Philly Bills game last night.
Phenomenal fucking football game. For as sloppy as it was a lot of fun.
For as low scoring as it was, I mean, it came down to the wire, and holy shit, it was.
It's so funny how you can have a game that ends 13-12. That is just as exhilarating as the game that ended, 42-38 last night on Sunday Night Football with San Francisco and the Bears.
Well, it was a tale of two halves. Philly dominated the first half, then did nothing the second half, and vice versa.
I said that to
and there
my
were
buddy who's
tremendous plays on both sides, regardless of how low scoring it was. There were some legitimate catches that were reminiscent of the Giants against the Patriots.
Oh, Cookie with the helmet catch.
I was like, oh God.
I think I tweeted at the time. I was like, "Holy shit, David, Brandon Cooks with shades of David Tyree from 2007."
Yeah, I was having fucking Nam flashbacks while watching it.
Mm-hmm. I texted my buddy who's a Philly fan in one of our group chats, and I was like, "Man, Philly is dominating the shit out of this game so far, but they are playing with fire by letting the Bills just hang around because they were only up 13 points.
That's not enough.
It felt like they were up 100-0, but the scoreboard didn't indicate that, and that's the biggest thing. You can dominate the shit out of a game sometimes defensively, but man, if your offense isn't putting points on the board, you get nervous when you have a guy like Josh Allen on the other side.
And their defense is holding you to 17 yards going into the four or total in the second half. Total?
Like I said, I know it was super sloppy and it was raining. I mean, pouring.
Oh, so many drop balls and through the hands because they weren't wearing the right gloves apparently, and all this other shit. But
well, yeah. Did you see the picture of Tom Brady in the booth with one leather glove on? It's like how are you gonna be in the booth at a Buffalo Bills game with one leather glove on? That's wild.
Mm-hmm.
And I fucking died laughing. I laughed way too fucking hard at that, and but it was super funny because you're like, holy shit! You're like, yeah, I didn't even like. But he was explaining why he used to have his receivers wear leather gloves rather than the the Nike ones that are
the tacky. Because in rain, the tackiness is ineffective.
It goes away so quick.
It's gone.
Ever worn those? Like I used to wear them when we played flag football because
it becomes slick.
You could grab a flag with like two fingers.
Yes.
And it would lock onto your fingers, and it would pluck the flag. But as a receiver, but like catching balls, but like in the rain, guys would not wear them. Like if it was wet out, they wouldn't wear them.
It's completely negated. It takes the water, makes the tackiness go away. So now it's just slick.
Yeah, it makes them smooth and silky.
That's why you got to get yourself some good leather gloves. That way you have some traction.
You got to get yourself some fucking what's it called?
Isotoners.
Need some isotoners like Dan Marino, Ace Ventura.
Fucking A. But
yeah.
All right. All football aside, we got that out of the way.
We'll save that for tomorrow night, 9:00. Row one, seat one. Be sure to tune in.
Check it out, guys. They're on New Bedford Guide. They're on Spotify. They're on here.
Yep,
give them a watch. Give them a listen.
We are on all platforms.
God damn, you're omnipotent.
We are that.
As you should be. So.
Be great if we could make some fucking money off of it.
Hey, that's the dream, but everybody starts somewhere, and
tis but a dream, sir. Tis but a dream.
Tis but a dream.
As one former troublemaker said, I have a dream.
And I had a dream.
Good Martin Luther King joke right there.
So what do you want to dive into first, Joey?
We were just talking before we got on, because we're gonna. I definitely want to do the. We got to get into the fraud in Minnesota.
Yeah, we have to get to that.
And the new New York Fire Commissioner, which is absolutely hysterical.
Right.
But we were gonna talk Spotify Wrapped. So we had those three things. We can throw them out in any order. Do you want to start the show light, or do we want to just go right into the Minnesota shit?
I say we tackle that first.
Yeah, let's do that, and then we can wrap it up with Wrapped.
Yeah.
All right.
which I think I can still see on my.
Because Wrapped is hilarious to me. I think it's funny. I love seeing people Spotify rap stuff. Like, I really do. It's fascinating.
I'm looking to see now if it's still. You can probably still look at it, right?
I can still get it on my app. Yeah, I think it's available through the end of the week, like through December 31st.
Yeah, because when it first pops up, it's on your main thing, and then I can still look at mine. So yep, of course.
Yeah.
So we can end it with that.
Sounds good.
That'll be
we'll
fun.
End it on a light note.
But yeah, top story coming out of this week, and really
one of the biggest stories, Trav, I think that we have ever encountered in our lives that nobody is talking about. And by nobody, I mean the mainstream media, and I mean all sides of the mainstream media. Fox, CNN, and everybody in between is completely mum on this topic.
And the scary thing is they're saying, well, the Dems are saying, yeah, we've known about this for as long as it's been going on, and we've taken care of it. Well, if you're taking care of it, then why are these places still open? And we're about to explain that right now for anybody out of the loop. But it is the biggest story coming out of this past week. Turns out in Michigan, specifically within the Somali communities there, which are very prominent now.
Straight imported.
Directly imported. And they didn't even bring their good coffee with them. I think they make good coffee, right? The Somali
has good coffee, really?
I guess. I'm not a coffee drinker, so I don't know.
I mean, dude, I drink Dunks. Yeah.
Right? They might have a Somali blend. But yeah, turns out, dating back to as far back as we know, or at least as much as they're admitting.
Yes, Somalia has a unique and flavorful coffee known as kawa or bun. Okay.
It's probably like the type of bean where there is a type of coffee bean where it's exotic and different because it comes from another country, but also because the coffee beans are first eaten by an indigenous animal there, and then shit out, and then they pick them out of the shit and then brew the coffee.
Oh, like a little Jurassic Park style. Are these berries lilac?
Yeah.
Is this Western Indian lilac?
That's why I don't drink coffee.
It could be toxic for the dinosaurs.
Right? Yeah.
But shut up, you annoying bitch.
So dating back to 2018 as far as they're letting us know. To this point.
I mean, way before that.
Yeah. Definitely before.
This had to have started early in the Obama era.
Yeah, probably
to amass this many people from one country.
Oh yeah, I would say as far as like them being there and that, but to the point now where they have all these shell companies, because that's what they are.
Yep.
And fake things funneling over, what is it, $9 billion? It's over that now, right?
Like $9.2 billion they've estimated
in fake aid programs, or rather, these shell companies enrolled in for these business assistance, during COVID, and have subsequently still hung on to them, embezzling all this money. And it turns out it only took a YouTuber, a former like prank YouTuber, Nick Shirley, to make a video to make this come out and go viral and make it so that the mainstream media now has to talk about it.
But they're still not, which is the crazy thing. Or at least not as of like yesterday or late early this morning. Maybe tonight it finally started hitting kind of like on those bigger networks. But Trav, this whole thing, and like first of all, let's give Nick Shirley his props, because he's doing actual journalism. This is what actual journalism looks like. You take a camera and a guy and you go into these places and you say, this is the kind of stuff that we used to see like John Stossel do and Geraldo Rivera and, guys that made their living off of this. And people like, oh, it's ambush journalism. It's ambush
gotcha journalism. But it's...
Yeah, no, it's not. It's called, we're going to the place that you claim to have a business, that you give out a certain service, and we're finding out that you're lying about it, but you're still taking taxpayer dollars to fund it. So where is the tax money going? Because this affects you, me, everybody. This is our tax money. Especially like if I lived in Minnesota right now, I would be like, yo, where's the pitchforks? Where's the torches? Like, let's fucking go let's start rounding people up, because We want answers.
And we don't
And
live
if the
there.
answers are not if the answers are not what I want them to be, we're gonna start making some shit happen because this is ridiculous.
Well, that's the thing. We don't live there, but they didn't apparently know about it. You know, the taxpayers. That makes me think, what do we not know about in Massachusetts, which is already liberal out the ass? There's already so much corruption going on.
I'm positive that there is billions
Absolutely.
of dollars being sunk into shit that we are not paying for.
1,000,000%.
Or that
Without question.
That we are not aware that we are paying for, I should say.
Yeah, because our tax
things we would be pissed if we found out we were. So, yeah.
So this sets a precedent now, which is great because now we should start investigating on a federal level all the blue states, all the very blue states. Let's take a look at they've clearly been cooking the books in Minnesota, and it's to the degree of nearly $10 billion. And that number is probably going to grow up as more information comes to light.
Right. I think we're just starting to scratch the surface on this one.
Well, Kash Patel, whether you like him or not, he said this is the tip of a very large iceberg. Like
I'm very indifferent on Kash Patel at the moment.
Yeah, same. He's in his role, whatever. I
don't trust the feds.
Why should you?
Any of them. That's why Dan Bongino quit. He was like, "Fuck this, I'm out of here."
Yeah. I think he had his disagreements with how things are going and how he handled certain things. And as much as I like the guy, to me, I was like, when he got appointed that position, I was like, oh, that's like if Joey and I got appointed a cabinet position.
Right. But then you get there and it's like when Cartman gets elected class president and you realize like you can't actually do anything because there's so much red tape and bullshit and
and also I'm
protecting everybody else.
Like Bongino may be ex-military and what have you, but he's not
ex-military, he's ex-law enforcement. And Secret Service. He never joined, he was never military.
Okay. My mistake on that. But it essentially
it's okay. It's a small detail.
That's like us getting a position in even local government and just based on what? Like us talking here and be like, "Oh, well, what are your qualifications?" Well,
Dan was he was Secret Service for I want to say Clinton, Bush, and Obama.
Yes, I'm not taking away from his experience in that.
Before that, so he was NYPD.
But at the same time, it's he has at least some he has some pretty high qualifications. Yeah, I'm not taking that away from him.
Be like in there, and he was like,
but not running things, not administration, not
right
head of a department. He might have been high ranking or to some degree or what have you.
But sometimes, and just through my experience in law enforcement, the best people that you can have in administration are the people that were formerly on the front lines, that were line staff at one point.
Well, yeah. Otherwise, you just got some office chud that's all they've done is HR bullshit.
When you have someone who's never done the job trying to tell people how to do the job, it doesn't work. Like there's just immediately there's going to be dissent, and people don't trust the guy that's telling them we don't. I can say it from personal experience that some of the best administration that I have had at my job were former line staff. Not to say that all of some of the good ones were not. They were also not former line staff. So there was some that were line staff, some that weren't. There was good ones that came from both, but the majority of the best ones were former line staff that knew. But the thing is once you get up to one of those positions too, like you also have a job to do. And unfortunately, your job means answering to your bosses. And if your boss doesn't give a shit about what line staff thinks, and you have to make X, Y, and Z happen, whether it comes at the expense of line staff or not, they don't care. So
yeah,
it becomes a balancing act. We're like, yes, I want to take care of my line staff, but also and do the right thing. And like, yeah, let's go arrest people or let's go do shit. Like, let's make, in Dan Bongino's case, like, we've got the evidence. Let's go fry these motherfuckers. But then you get up to the top and you're like, well, and then your boss is like, I see where you're coming from, but let's table that and let's go after this smaller, lesser thing here first. And you're going, well, why? Like, what are you doing? And then you realize that your boss has connections to his boss has connections to the guy that you're going after, and they're protecting him, or they're shielding him in some way, shape, or form. Whatever the case may be, it gets so murky when you get up that high. And I think that's what Dan Bongino realized. That I think what, in my opinion, I think Bongino realized the swamp was a lot deeper than he initially thought.
Yeah, and he wasn't going to gain any traction in those muddy waters.
Correct.
So
Because they simply weren't going to let him. People you think who are your allies and are on your side, and will go on TV. These politicians will go on TV and say all the right things, and we got all these angry tweets about the Minnesota fraud thing after this 42-minute Nick Shirley documentary came out. From J.D. Vance and Pam Bondi and Kash Patel.
Yeah.
Like, okay, cool. Angry tweets are great. Now go fucking do something. We're sick of fucking angry tweets. It's like in Team America when, fucking Hans Bricks goes and visits Kim Jong-il.
Hans Bricks,
Kim Jong-un, and he's like, if you don't let us inspect your nuclear facilities, you will be very sorry. He's like, what are you going to do? He's like, we will write you a very, very angry letter. And you're like, fucking yeah, no shit, because that's all that ever fucking happens. Is like people get pissed off, they gaslight the public into thinking like, this is what I'm doing, look, I'm fighting the good fight, look at me, vote for me again, I'll keep fighting for you, and nothing ever fucking happens, because as we all know, the uniparty is just way too fucking deep and strong, and it needs to be dissolved, which is why a lot of us, I think, voted for Trump. But
yeah, absolutely.
That's a whole nother discussion for a whole nother day. But anyway, I'm sorry, go ahead.
But yeah, with the Nick Shirley bringing this to light, it has brought out all the rats on the left, of course, and I'm going to put this up on screen here. Of course, you get people like Hassan sharing...
Hassan Piker?
Yeah, that piece of shit.
He's he's a loathsome human being.
When he's not busy electrocuting dogs, he's, busy being a left-wing grifter in a total piece of shit. But his response to Nick Shirley's thing, where somebody shared a post of saying, here's a list of news outlets that have not covered Nick Shirley's fraud story, New York Times, CNN, etc. Hassan's response is, every single major outlet covered the welfare fraud story. What they didn't do is go to a random medical plaza, harass the staff working there, and think out loud about how strange it is that a bunch of healthcare service offices would be in a medical plaza. None of that is true.
Not a single word of that is true. I mean, do you expect anything else from the guy that said that, the United States deserved 9/11?
No.
I mean, no. Hassan Piker's a fucking piece of shit, and I don't give a flying fuck about anything that happens to that guy. If he got Charlie Kirk tomorrow, I might violate my oath and just go online and celebrate it. But
yep, and here's a great response.
Because everything he says is fucking wrong. Everything he says is fucking lies. Everything he does is fucking anti-American. And he wants you dead. You, me, and everybody else, especially the middle-class white people, liberals that support him.
Yeah, and it's just, and the thing is, I see all the same, it's basically copy pasta from these guys. They're all saying the same thing, these people on the left, these blue checkmark people on X.
Oh, it's like the memo goes out and they all get it in an email and they're like, this is the talking point for today.
Because they're all told the same thing. That asshole Brooklyn dad who sold his kids for drugs years ago.
He's such a fucking faggot, dude.
I don't even respond. I don't even comment on his shit so he doesn't get my engagement. Like it's
correct. I don't either. I don't even bother. Like the only time I see him is when somebody retweets him.
Same.
But he's an absolute fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, so here's some good responses.
Total scumbag of a human being.
Oh, total garbage. Somebody posted this meme in response to Hassan in that post. Step 1, it's not really happening. Step 2, yeah, it's happening, but it's not a big deal. Step 3,
it's been happening the whole time.
It's a good thing, actually. And step 4, people freaking out about it are the real problem.
Correct.
And then another one, incredible cope. Funny to watch the left scramble and find a narrative like this, to hide behind and parrot to each other so they don't have to take accountability for their party's actions. How about you just unite against fraud and the pillaging of social welfare funding?
Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't it be something if just the left could, for one fucking time in their life, remove themselves from the fucking grift politics of everything and just do the right thing?
Yeah, and so what Hassan...
just say the right things. Like, no, you know what, Tim Walz, you oversaw this state. This has been going on under your nose. You, Ilhan Omar, you're all going down for this. You've robbed the American taxpayers of billions of dollars, and you are going to be punished for it, and we are not going to tolerate it. The problem is you've got people on the right in red states doing the exact same fucking shit.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's like, whoa, like, let's be easy here. Like, remember, we all got a deal, And that's the thing. Like behind closed doors, they're all just sitting there laughing. Like, look at these fucking idiots. They're all mad about 9.2 billion in Minnesota. Wait till they get a fucking load of the trillions we've been stealing over the last fucking decade. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's absolutely fucking ridiculous. It's why I don't trust the government. It's why, like, no matter how much you like a person in government, they're still the government. They still are. They're still going to fuck you and me and everybody else to get what they want and keep themselves in power along the way. It's the way it is.
And meanwhile, you got assholes like Tim Walz, who was very much well aware of all this shit. That's his goddamn state.
Yeah, you would think, right?
Completely ignoring all this stuff. And just yesterday, I believe, I'm trying to look for his tweet, or not even long after all this broke last week, asking for donations for his campaign fund to run again.
I mean, you almost have to begrudgingly respect the audacity, right? You just have to kind of just sit there and be like, wow, like, we've got you dead to fucking rights.
It's not even audacity, it's hubris at this point. It is just, hey, everybody, don't listen to what is actually happening right now. And that people have already been, indicted
don't
on.
Lying eyes. Don't do that.
Yeah, people have already been prosecuted for this shit and being indicted, and he's not talking about it at all. He's just going on. I think the day it broke, he was like, "Oh, happy Catter Day! It's National Cat Day." You fucking bitch.
He would be still saying Happy Catter Day. Like, dude, what is this, fucking 2007? Like, get the fuck out of here with the Catter Day.
He's sharing the meme of Keyboard Cat, the video of Keyboard Cat, like it's brand new.
Loathsome boob.
Yeah. It's absurd, and the fact is, the people, the big detractors I'm seeing on X at least, with the Nick video, they're like, oh well, what do you expect? It's Christmas vacation. Of course, there's not going to be any kids there. It's like, first of all, this was filmed weeks ago because he had been dropping teasers for the video itself.
Right.
Very
the
clearly
doesn't get made in fucking 1 week in 3 days and then fucking released.
A 42-minute video of this stature, even a 42-minute video of anything, unless it's a completely live stream, takes at least a week to edit, if not longer or shorter, depending on your resources.
And not for nothing, Trav, but everything's timestamped. All the videos are timestamped. Like, they show the dates and the times that they're there. Like, it's not. So it's not yesterday. It's not in the middle of Christmas vacation.
He was very transparent with all of it. But, okay, so, wasn't recorded last week. And 2, Somalians don't celebrate Christmas. So why would they take it off? At least most of them. Not to say there aren't, like, Somalians that aren't Muslim, but...
Let's just say, hypothetically, let's say the Christmas vacation thing is real. Okay, what about all the healthcare offices?
Yeah.
Where they're going in to ask for healthcare and there's nobody there. There's just some people working in an office. There's no patients. There's no people in and out. The only people that are in that entire building that you see in the hallways are either security, people who work in the offices, or Nick Shirley and his partner.
Yeah.
That's it. There's nobody just walking in and be like, oh, what are you here for? They're like, oh, I'm coming to get a contraceptive, or I'm coming for, whatever. Like, I remember like having to go into like Howland Place.
Yeah.
They had like a little office in there where I used to go pick up my wife's birth control for her.
Sure.
Back in the day. Like, and I would walk in, but there was like people in and out of there all the time. Like, it was not a busy place, but like, people were in and out.
It was a legitimate business.
Yeah. Like, you went in and like, there was like, like you had to sign in and sign up, like whatever. Like, it was a whole thing. So what, people don't get sick? Somalians don't get sick during Christmas? Is that it? Like,
what is it?
Or they don't need medical attention or anything related?
Well, what's so sketchy about it and blatant? And it should have been from the get-go, and it's great that it's being brought to light now, but it should have been a long time ago. These are, even the daycare centers are all in these giant warehouses, and they have these, fronts put up. They have a sign on their door with what they are. The lobby area looks like it's something.
Is this the lobby?
But nobody's answering their door. There's no kids in these places, at least for the daycare. But you also got, 12 of them in one building, and 12... healthcare
Yeah, like
providers.
how many fucking daycares do you need in one building?
And how many healthcare places do you need in one building?
Yeah, like it's kind of fucking odd.
That goes
like,
against
them shits are spread out, spaced out.
Your competition is like when you go to Hawthorne, that's Hawthorne providing it within its facility. You're not seeing Hawthorne in another.
You're not seeing Hawthorne and South Coast like right next door to each other in an office building,
let alone occupy the same building.
Right, because yeah, it doesn't make any sense. None of it makes any sense. So the people that are trying to push back on it, those are the ones that are obviously guilty. They're obviously trying to just sell the narrative that no. This is Islamophobia. That's what it's all. Everything comes back to that. It's all Islamophobia. Well, let me tell you something right now. Okay, I'm not afraid of Islam. I just want it eradicated. That's it.
Fair.
I'm not scared of it. I just want to see it disappear.
I simply
At least
don't
for
like
Western
it.
civilization.
Yep,
Because
absolutely.
it's not compatible with Western civilization. If you've ever read the Quran, and I haven't read the whole thing, but I've read a lot on it. I've read a bunch of it. I've read books on it. I've studied it. Especially since 9/11. 20 years ago, it took my interest, and over the years, I've been compiling all this stuff, information about it. I have absolutely no place. Like Islam has no place in Western society. If you are an actual Muslim, it doesn't work with us.
I'm going to have to
End of
agree.
story.
I'll even go one step further. It doesn't have a place in modern society in general. They are.
Well, I say Western civilization that's my blanket term for modern, but yes, you're right. They're 6,000 years behind the rest of the modern world.
Dude, there's a huge. I can't say it's the vast majority, but I do have some Lebanese family members. They're fucking Catholic as fuck. Like the Lebanese Catholic people. They have a church, at least one in New Bedford. Like it.
Yeah.
And they're considered Middle East. They are Middle Eastern. They figured it out. Like
let me not mince words here. I have nothing against people of Middle Eastern descent.
Yeah, neither do I. It's just they're fundamentals
with Muslims.
Yes,
Islam is a religion, not a race.
Yeah, it's not the people; it's the religion and culture.
So when they say Islamophobia, like, oh, you're afraid. No. Like, I'm not afraid of Middle Eastern people. Middle Eastern people are fine. I trust me. I interact with them all the time. It's the Muslims that I have a problem with, and that's where the problems lie.
The fundamentalist ones.
Correct. Listen, and if you're not a fundamentalist Muslim, then you're truly, according to your own book, not a Muslim. So you're either not a Muslim or you're lying about not being a Muslim, because part of being a Muslim is to lie to the non-believers in order to gain their acceptance and trust, so that you can sabotage them from within. Yes. That's all in the Quran. Go look it up. I'm not making it up. It's all there. Like, it's just in plain black and fucking white text. Like, that's what they believe. That's what it is. And if you don't like it, I mean, that's tough shit for you, but that's the truth. And it's not, like I said, I'm not disparaging anybody in particular from the Middle East, because I don't give a shit what your fucking country of descent is. Do you want me as a non-believer of your religion to die? Because if the answer is yes, then you can go fuck yourself.
Agreed.
If the answer is no, then all right, we can start to have a conversation here. Like,
all right,
yeah.
Well, now we can now we can find some common ground. Maybe if not, that's fine. But at least we'll be civil about it, and and let it rest at that. It's just, at least this now, it has shown a bright light on things. It should have happened earlier. Praise to Nick for bringing it to light, and people shit on it and try to discredit him all they want, but the proof is in the pudding. He caught these people with their pants down. You can call it gotcha journalism or whatever, but this, like you said, is a throwback to what...
I don't even know if he caught them with their pants down.
Well, he did, because they're like, oh, what are you talking about? Because you can't enroll kids? What are you talking about?
Well, because to say that you caught them with their pants down means that they were trying to hide something. These people are so brazen, they weren't even trying to hide it. They don't give a fuck.
So you're saying they weren't even wearing pants in the first place?
They weren't even wearing... They were like Homer Simpson at the, fucking Krusty the Clown stand-up. Don't you hate pants?
Yeah, like, don't you hate pants?
Like, let's burn our pants like we burned the money last time. Like, oh, man, don't you hate pants?
Damn clown shit.
Fucking love that fucking episode. But it like they just don't care, and that's the thing. They're so protected, and so first of all, they're protected by the government of Minnesota, whether it be Tim Walz or Ilhan Omar or
who should
whomever,
also be removed from her position.
Was it Jacob Fry, the mayor of Minneapolis? You know, the one that wept, pretended to cry at fucking what's his name's fucking funeral?
Floyd.
Oh my God, the guy that Derek Chauvin killed.
George Floyd.
George Floyd. Thank you.
Oh, he didn't kill him though.
No, he didn't. You're right. He didn't. He didn't actually. I'm sorry.
How dare you?
That. You're right. You're right. The guy that was holding George Floyd in custody when he died, who was being blamed for his death.
Yes.
Which hashtag free Chauvin.
Goddamn right.
These people are protected. These immigrants are protected. Most of them probably fucking illegals, not supposed to be here in the first place.
Yep.
And then you find out that like in Minnesota, they passed a law where one person can just vouch for up to 8 other people as being like legit, and they can vote.
What the fuck is that?
No wonder why fucking Minnesota's been blue forever. You haven't seen this?
I've heard of it. Yeah. It's fucking wild. Like
it's crazy.
How is that
like,
legal? No. Oh, well, here's the thing. It isn't.
Can you imagine being like at a voting station and this one Somali dude just brings 8 of his friends in? He's like, "Yeah, nah, they're good. Trust me." And you're like, "All right, well, he's got 8. That's his limit. Okay, you're all set. Go vote." Like, we already know they stole the election in Georgia. We're gonna find out they've been stealing elections in Minnesota before long. Like,
yeah.
But again, this comes down to, will the Department of Justice actually fucking do so? Will Pam Bondi and Kash Patel actually do something about this? Or are we just going to sit here and fucking pretend like, well, it's a lot more complicated than that. And, we really don't have the evidence we need to prosecute because it's so well hidden and we're going to need more time. Well, and then the statute of limitations runs out and everything just goes poof, vanishes. And then we're on to the next thing. And they're like, oh my God, did you see like the Palestine invaded Jerusalem again? Oh my God, we thought we wiped them out. What happened? And it's just like a bunch of fucking like CIA fucking agents just like murdering a fucking bunch of people in a Catholic church or something.
Yeah. No, it's hopefully this shit. Hopefully they do acknowledge it and address it properly, like they say they will. Now that it is publicly. Oh, so do I. I always doubt the government, regardless of who's running things.
Correct. But if it was up to Trump and Trump alone, then I think people would already be behind bars. Like people like, he's a king. He thinks he's a king. No kings. And I'm like, yeah, if Trump was a king, y'all would be fucked. Big time fucked.
He already calls them garbage. Like,
yeah, like he literally refers to you as garbage, terrible people who don't love America and don't belong here.
They come from a garbage country. They come here. They bring their own garbage. We don't need it. We got enough trash.
Like, it's just, but like, it would already be over if it was actually up to Trump.
Oh, if he was actually a dictator or a king, whatever nonsensical term you want to throw on him, like the left would say. Oh yeah, they would have been out day one. Like,
yeah,
faster than anything he would have ever been able to accomplish. Like, I mean, shit. I mean, he would have gotten everything done day one if that were the case. If he had that kind of power.
Going on because we're coming up on. This is what we just made 11 months and 8 days.
Yeah.
So 11 months, 1 week, and 1 day since Trump has been sworn in. And listen, we've made some good progress.
Mm-hmm.
But I still think a lot of this stuff is taking too much time or taking too long for a lot of people's people's expectations, if you will.
Well, there's still a lot of legislation that's behind it. It's not just as easy as easier said than done.
And when you look at the Minneapolis thing, they had a jury that convicted what was his name, Abu something Mohammed or whatever, on $7.2 million worth of fraud. A jury unanimously found him guilty, and the judge threw the case out. A white liberal woman threw the case out. So, and they were just like, nope, all set. And they're like, wait, but the jury found him guilty. And they're like, I don't care. And the judge just dismissed it. Gone. And the guy served no time, no penalties, nothing.
How is that legal? Because I'm sorry,
possible. But because the problem is that our judicial system has been infiltrated by these activist judges that are not there to actually uphold the law. They're there to uphold the law as they see fit.
It's my
So-
understanding. Yeah, no, go ahead, finish.
No, it just makes me wonder, you know, a lot of times when like I see guys that come through and they're like, man, I got fucking railroaded and they fucking threw the book at me and this, that, and the other thing. And I'm like, bullshit. No, they didn't. And then you hear their case and you're like, maybe, just maybe there's some sense to this.
It does happen more often than you think.
99.9% of the time that's not the case. It's actually the other way around.
Yes.
You know, they pled down to something and got off way easier than they would have had they, you know, not ratted or done whatever it was they did. But that's neither here nor there.
But it's just a goddamn mess. Like they need to clean this shit up. And hopefully.
But how, Trev? How do we go through like these like districts in these states that run that will allow people who have committed $7.2 million worth of taxpayer fraud to just walk free and dismiss the charges as if nothing happened after they're found guilty by a jury?
Well, that's
like,
what.
How do you even find those judges? Like, I mean, we saw it firsthand here with the Karen Reed trial, you know, where we had this judge who was on the side of the cops and was trying to railroad this fucking white woman, you know, into doing life in prison for a murder she didn't commit. And yet we've heard nothing about this. Like that is seemingly just gone away too.
No,
you know?
Yeah, it pops up here and there, but not as frequently now since you know, the second trial ended. But as far as my understanding goes, if it's a jury trial, and you know the defendant didn't waive their right to a jury trial and just, you know, took a plea deal and leave it up to the judge to decide, then the judge isn't the deciding factor until it comes to sentencing. It's the jury's decision. So for them, how can they actually overturn a jury ruling unless it's deemed a mistrial? I read the
article earlier, but I forget exactly. Let's see. There's an article that says a unanimous jury convicted Abdi Fatah Youssef of stealing $7.2 million from Minnesota's Medicaid program. Afterwards, Sarah West vacated the conviction, suggesting his brother may have committed the fraud instead. In related charges, Hillary Caliguri and Amber Brennan dismissed charges against the brother Abba Dweli Mohammed and his wife Lul Ahmed. Prosecutors showed proceeds used for luxury cars, jewelry, designer clothing, and international travel. No one served time. So the initial judge said, well, the conviction doesn't hold because it could have been his brother that committed the fraud. And then the two other like white liberal women judges dismissed the charges against the brother and his wife for whatever reason. I'm assuming because maybe they just cited lack of evidence or whatever. They have the ability to do that before it goes to trial. So they can just say like, nope, there's not enough evidence here. See you later.
Okay, so that tells me that there's some kind of
they're working in tandem.
Collusion going on here.
Correct. And there's a ton of collusion to make sure that these people don't serve any time. Because if all of a sudden this guy gets, like, think about it. If all of a sudden this dude gets convicted for $7.2 million of fraud, you know, fraudulent Medicaid fraud, or fraud, committing fraud with Medicaid. God, Joe, use your people words.
There you go.
There it is, right? Yeah, like one step at a time. Then all of a sudden that could be the string that gets tugged on, and now the whole ball starts to come unravel because like, well, if this guy was doing it and his brother was in on it, and then they start, you know, people start piecing together the case and they start following the money and looking to where this shit's going. Now all of a sudden we've got this, you know, $9.2 billion fraud scam going on in Minnesota, and now the whole world's looking at it and they're going, oh fuck.
Mm-hmm. Well,
these judges clearly on the take because they're all bought and paid for, you know, one way or another. They're clearly on the take. They're clearly corrupt. They clearly do not have what the law and the Constitution are what they're sworn to protect.
Yeah, they
don't have that, and that's not their best interest, and they don't do it. So they're just not gonna. And this is how it goes. Like, no, fuck you. Like. This shit has got to fucking stop.
No,
like, this is crazy.
This is honest. This is, and again, it's crazy that the Dems are saying, "Oh, we've known about this," which yes, they have, but now they're actually acknowledging it because they have to.
And because they know nothing's gonna fucking happen.
Well, hopefully it does. Because now it's being way more people are aware of it, and it's actually this is huge. This is probably the biggest fraud thing, like you said earlier. That is like blatant.
Trav, this is the biggest fraud scandal that we've ever seen.
Yeah.
In our lifetimes, and maybe even our parents' lifetimes. Like, what are we really talking about here? Like, because again, this $9.2 billion in Minnesota.
That's just Minnesota.
That's just Minnesota. If there's $9.2 billion in Minnesota, we still got 49 other states to get through.
Yeah, that's why I was saying. Think about where we live. Think about the other blue states. Which thankfully, they're shrinking.
California.
Yeah, absolutely. Huge.
Basically all of New England.
All of New England, essentially. Yeah.
Because we'll count that as one state, if you will, because we're
population-wise, and geographically,
it's about the size of Florida or California.
And we got our pockets of red, folks here and conservatives.
Mm-hmm.
Just like in California, they have their pockets, but predominantly it's liberal. So.
But at the end of the day, Trav, what this shows you is that once again, and no pun intended, we on the right were right.
Mm-hmm.
We've been saying this was happening. We've been told we were fucking crazy. We were conspiracy theorists. And again, what's the difference between a conspiracy theory and the truth? 6 to 12 months.
Yeah.
And every single time we say something or something like this comes up and we say like, oh no, this is happening. This is what's going on. You're fucking crazy. No, it's not. It's like you said. That's not happening. Well, it is, but only a little bit. Well, it's happening, but it's actually a good thing. And that's been happening. That's been happening forever. And then it's happening, but it's actually a good thing, and here's why.
And then the last one, of course, anybody that says anything against it is just an asshole.
And if you speak out against it, you're a racist.
You're wrong. A racist, bigot, Nazi, homophobe.
Which if that makes me a racist, bigoted, Islamophobe, homophobe, whatever the fuck phobe you want to throw at me, by all fucking means, go right ahead.
And the
because
thing
none
is,
of those words mean anything to me anymore anyway.
Same, and they haven't for years, especially to me.
One of our English teachers, our history teachers, for Christ's sakes, calls us Nazis on the regular on Facebook. I'm immune to it.
That's fine. I mean, he was a sub for me, so I don't acknowledge him as an actual teacher. But
I never actually had him, but like I said, I get along with Jim. He's not bad.
No, he at least takes it in stride, and I don't think he's a bad guy.
And you know what? I like a lot of his. He's a big Jaws fan, and I'm a big Jaws.
No,
fan.
I don't think he's a bad guy or person. I think he has some bad ideas, and I think he is bad at trolling because he always loses.
What do we always say, Trav? We on the right think the left are people with bad ideas, whereas the left thinks people on the right are bad people with ideas.
Mm-hmm. It's just that simple.
It really is, and that's all it comes down to.
I'm gonna pass the mic to you for a second because I'm doing the pinch and roll over here.
Oh, by all means, go right ahead.
So I'll be right back. But keep them entertained, Joey, as you always do.
I will. I'm just sitting here. Well, I'm watching the Monday Night Football game, watching the Falcons and the Rams. Got it going on the left over here, but so I'm paying attention to that. I got a parlay. I'm trying to go 2 for 2 on parlays. I hit last night on my Sunday night parlay. $10 parlay hit me $200. I put one in tonight, $20 parlay for 400 and change. So we're hoping, fingers crossed, so I can make some of this money back that I lost on NASCAR this season. But the Minnesota, the Minnesota scheme that's going on, the fraud scheme, is absolutely fucking incredible. If you haven't watched the 42-minute video that Nick Shirley put out, I highly recommend you do, whether you believe it or not. Go watch it. Just watch it. And if it doesn't change your mind, then maybe you're beyond help. But I think it's opening a lot of people's eyes that are, at least a lot of my friends that are apolitical or really not involved with politics or current events or things along those lines. That because most people, let's be honest, dude. Like me and Travis, we sit here, we follow this shit day in, day out. I mean, I have several daily listens of podcasts that I listen to. I'm always watching Twitter and the news. I follow this stuff in depth every single day. A lot of my friends don't, and their reasoning is, they've got kids, they've got jobs, they've got careers, whatever. They don't have the time, or they'd rather simply just spend their free time doing something that's going to make them happy, which I get because I sit here spending my free time researching it, shit that makes me irate. When I find out that $9.2 billion of taxpayer money is being screwed out of us by fucking faggot ass Tim Walz, that pisses me off. But
yeah, that's gay.
But yeah, it's super gay. And not in like the two dudes having sex kind of gay. I'm like, no, like gay, like faggot gay.
Yeah, gay fag gay.
Gay fag gay. Like that shit pisses me off. So I get why people don't spend the time and the energy going through this stuff, looking it up, researching it, and getting involved with it.
It is exhausting.
It is. It really is. Especially when like you get to the point where you're like, okay, like we've got all these answers, like we've got all this evidence, we've got all this mountains of shit stacked up. What are we gonna do about it? And the people and the powers that be are like, I don't know. And you're like, what do you mean you don't know? Go after these people. Then like, he's my friend. What do you mean he's your friend? Well, he's my colleague. We work together. Like, no, fuck you, dude. Like, your fucking colleague's a scumbag. And meanwhile, the guy you're telling to go after him is like, yeah, little do you know I am too. So, I get why people don't do it, but it does help to be aware of it. And for 42 minutes of your day, which you don't even have to watch the fucking thing. You could put it on and just listen to it. It's like a glorified podcast, really. Like,
I mean, the visuals help. That way you can actually see. But yes, I agree. You can't just listen to an audio.
But if you can just trust the fact that what he's saying is true, and what you're hearing is factual, and there's no AI, there's no green screens, there's no fucking jump cuts, there's no like dumb shit that would lead you to believe that this isn't real. Go watch the 42-minute fucking video and then come back and tell me what you think.
Yeah.
And most people's answer is gonna be like, okay, cool, but what do I do? You be educated.
That's
and then vote.
You already did it. You watched it. You form your own opinion on it, but you at least are aware of it.
Right. We're not asking you to go out and grab a fucking a pitchfork and a torch, and go march on fucking Minneapolis. Like no, that's not what we're saying. But by knowing what's going on and by being involved and being engaged, you will eventually form your opinions and you will vote accordingly. Like Trav, how many fucking times do you see on you're not on Facebook anymore, but for those that still are, when it comes to like New Bedford Guide, Fall River Guide, like all these guide pages, every single day, it feels like, or at least once a week, somebody's posting a picture of their electric bill and they're flipping the fuck out over why it's so expensive.
Yeah.
And then you go through their
delivery charges.
You go to their profile, you click through their profile pictures, and it's like Harris Walz, Biden Harris, BLM, rainbow flags, LGBT, no kings, all this shit. And they're freaking out over why fucking their electric bill is so fucking expensive. And it's like, well, you fucking dumbass, because this is what you voted for. And then they show the video of Biden when he came to Somerset or Fall River Somerset a couple years ago.
Yeah.
When they closed the Brayton Point power plant.
Yeah, when they had the demolition.
Yeah, they celebrated it like it was like they just accomplished this big thing and we're saving the earth. And now our fucking electric bills are 4 times higher than they were back then. And everybody's like, what the fuck happened? Like, and I just simply posted, on the video they showed of Biden talking about getting rid of the power plant. I simply posted, why is my electric bill so high? And it's like, because, you idiot, this is why, you dipshit. Like, this is exactly why your electric bill is so fucking high.
Yeah.
Because you voted for this. This is what you wanted. This is what you thought climate change was this existential crisis that we've got to tackle right now. And it doesn't matter how much it costs, we've got to do it. Who do you think that cost is going to fall on? You think the government is going to fucking absorb the cost? You think Eversource is going to absorb that cost?
No.
Are you fucking retarded? No, we're going to absorb the cost through taxes and electric bills, gas bills, and every other fucking thing you can possibly imagine. You fucking nitwits.
And that's what's so ridiculous about this whole thing is anybody that is against that video and what it means and what it's exposing is openly admitting, oh, we're okay with the fraud. We just don't like this guy that's putting it out there or what he represents and the people that are in favor of it.
Correct.
They are completely okay with the fraud, it seems.
Yep.
And
they're okay with it because
They'll spike the nose off their face.
These Somalis need us. They need our help. They need our money.
They're extorting us.
They're here for a better life. No, the fuck they aren't, dude. They're here to fucking rob you, you fucking dipshit.
They're running the same scams that they do in their home country, just here, and they're getting a free pass. And if you're against it, you're called every...
those Nigerian prince fucking emails that your grandmother fucking sent $3,500 to 25 years ago? Yeah, you know where those came from? Somalia.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it boggles my mind how fucking... Because, like, again... You've either got to be just so willfully ignorant or so incompetent to not see the world for what it is at this point, that if you can't, like, I can't even talk to you if you can't come to the conclusion that, okay, this $922 billion in Medicaid fraud is probably a bad thing. Like, we're funding that through taxes, and that's not good.
And that's just one state.
And that's one state. And then when they tell you too, like 90% of the money goes back to like Somalia, doesn't even stay in this country, goes back to Somalia and funds all these terrorist organizations. You're like, yeah, no, that's not a good thing. Like, in no way, shape, or form in anyone's mind should that be acceptable.
To me,
like,
it's
if it's
no, it shouldn't be.
Somalian child, I don't care. And you're like, okay, cool, go adopt a Somalian child. That I can't do that. Jesus Christ, I have to go out and get slam pegged on Friday night. How the fuck am I going to raise a child? Jesus. Like, God, thank God we still have abortions because I can get cream pied with immunity and not have to worry about it, or impunity, I should say.
Yes.
Because like all these women that were fucking, outraged when Trump got elected, and they're like, well, welcome to The Handmaid's Tale. And you're like, The Handmaid's Tale was actually made after Sharia law, right? It was modeled after Sharia law, Muslims. Anyway, but nonetheless,
yeah, they just put a very
don't let facts ruin good story. They put a bunch of white women in it, so that would make you think that it was America,
and made them dressed all Protestant. Like it,
yeah, exactly.
It's a facsimile. It's a facsimile. It's a not one-to-one mirror image, but you're absolutely right. The books it's based upon is 100% about Muslim culture,
Muslim and Sharia law. But they all freaked the fuck out. And I remember putting a post up and being like, y'all ain't mad. Like, you're not losing any of your fucking rights as a female. You're just mad that you can't go to the club on the weekends, get cream pied with impunity, and be able to abort the kid 3 weeks later when you find out you're pregnant because some guy you fucking met for 3 hours fucked you in the backseat of his Durango and came inside of you, and now you're like, well, that was fun.
And even then, that's all Trump did was give it to the states to vote, so their vote actually matters now instead of it being a federal mandated thing.
And which, not for nothing, I'm pro-choice.
Yeah, same. We both are.
Definition.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I don't believe the government should be able to tell you what to do one way or another. So,
correct.
If you want to have an abortion, you should be able to get an abortion. Now, whatever your reasons for getting that abortion and how many you get, that's between you and your fucking God, man. And you know what? You'll settle that in the afterlife.
Yeah.
As far as on Earth, not my fucking business.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to have an abortion, you have an abortion. If you don't want to have an abortion, don't have an abortion. I don't really care. But again, the government shouldn't be able to tell you one way or another.
Yeah. And so they're mad that they were now given the choice to do that. And okay, some of them might live in predominantly red states where when it comes to a vote, they're in the minority. They can always move. There's other options. It's not completely stripped away. There's other ways to go about it. So it for them to be like, to compare it to The Handmaid's Tale is completely absurd. I kind of regret that shit was even.
My aunt said that to me at my brother's wedding, last September before Trump had gotten elected, and she had been one of the few in that side of the family that was a conservative, and she had crossed over to the dark side because. And I'm like, what? I'm like, why?
Because of that?
And she's like, oh, because of women's rights. And I'm like, who told you that? Sarah, this is your daughter, my cousin. I'm like, who told you that? Sarah? And she's like, yeah. She's like, have you ever seen Handmaid's Tale? And I'm like,
here we go.
I'm like, knock it off. I'm like, no. No. And
no.
This is at a wedding. The music is blasting. It's impossible to have a conversation. But I'm like, no, you're on our side, God damn it. And you fucking stay on our side. I was like, none of that is true. I was like, none of that's a problem. None of that's gonna fucking happen. I was like, none of that shit is absolutely like no. And she's like, oh, but that's what Sarah said. And I'm like, yeah, Sarah's like fucking 29 years old, just got out of college like 6 years ago. And she still like is in that. And me and my uncle are laughing at her because we're like, no, she's too young. She has no idea. And not to say my cousin's not smart. Like she's very smart, but you know, you get indoctrinated when you go to college these days, and it is what it is.
Yeah.
Like you get fucked by these professors and these libs, and they make you fucking think that, you know, inner city poverty in fucking Chicago is the biggest crime against humanity. And you're like, no, I'm pretty sure, like, you know, the Chinese enslaving Uyghur Muslims is probably a bigger crime against humanity. And they're like, what? The CCP is great. Don't ever speak bad of them. Shut up. You're F. You know, and you're like, fuck you, Dan Gilbarg, you fucking geek. Like, you know, may or may not have been my sociology teacher freshman year of BCC, but whatever. Fuck him. His wife was awesome. He fucking sucked. And his wife was way too hot for him, by the way.
Many such cases.
Yeah, I mean, he drove a Prius and she drove like an Audi like A8, and I'm like, she gets it. And by gets it, I mean like dick on the side, because there's no fucking way.
Oh, she's
no
getting
way.
it for sure.
Yeah, she was wicked cool, and he was kind of a dork. Nice guy, but just dork. And he had some very disparaging things to say about Pat Tillman, and I did not agree with him, and we almost got into a pretty big beef over it. So, but I had him 2 semesters in a row, sociology, just because it was an easy. It was an easy class to get an A in, because all you had to do was like, I'm like, wait, so all I have to do is think like a retard, and I get an A? I'm like, well, I can do that pretty good. That's easy.
That's all it takes now.
Yeah, I mean, it's all it is, dude. Just like you and I would never get through college now.
I mean, I didn't when I was there.
No, I mean, like if
over
we went
20
like,
years
if we
ago.
enrolled like right now, like as like the way we were when we were 18, 19 years old, even, and we were like, nah, fucking Uncle Donnie's the man. They'd be like, get out.
Yeah.
Thanks for your money. Get out. Non-refundable. See you later.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
You son of a bitch.
You fucking prick. Well,
But
I think.
Well, as I say, that's because they breed communism into these fucking idiots. These young kids who are paying thousands of dollars a day to go to these stupid schools. And then you get people like Zoran Mandami, elected as mayor of New York.
And that's the transition I was looking for.
Yes.
Into, the new FDNY fire commissioner. Of course, they needed a new one because the previous one resigned the day after Mandani was elected. Oh, Freudian slip there. Arrested.
Ha!
Because that man had his reasons. He is of the Jewish faith. So I totally understand why he would, and I'm not holding that against him. I would do the same even if I wasn't Jewish in his position, because I'd be like, this is clearly not the right path I see our city going. But the people had their say, allegedly. We'll see how that pans out over the next few years.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
but for the time being, that is
I think
the
only thing New Yorkers have going for them is that Kathy Hochul has basically been like, yeah, we're not doing any of this guy's ideas. Like, no.
At least there's one,
He
voice
runs
of
the
dissension
city,
there.
not the state.
Yeah.
You can't just arbitrarily raise taxes on people because you're a mayor. That's not how mayors work.
Oh, and then say you promise all free mass transit passes and blah blah blah, and then the day after he's elected, make a video on like a rooftop somewhere in the city and be like, hey, now we need your donations.
Yeah, by the way, we need more money.
Oh yeah, hey, all the things I said would be free. Well, that comes at a cost, and it's at your expense.
And all the liberal white women who are wine drunk on fucking Pinot Grigio are running to their phones like, hubby, I need your cardigan. I'm making a charitable donation, okay? Trust me.
Yeah, all those liberal white women slapping the wine bag, fucking, the Franzia. They're like, wait, what?
Oh, no, these liberal white women are drinking, like, really expensive shit out of the bottle. They're not. There are very few Actually... probably the majority of them are drinking Franzia. They're slapping the bag.
Well, because I know what you mean. Like the bigger names, are definitely not. But
But the middle class white women, like the
Which-
ones that are actually the women that voted for this dickbag,
which is the majority of the people, because the majority isn't, those top tier people drinking those fine glasses of shit.
fucking bug just flew in my fucking house. Hold
Yeah,
on,
I saw. I didn't want to mention it, but all right, you get them. I'm giving this opportunity now. I want to shout out, of course, Nantucket Cloth. Handmade jewelry. I'm guessing I'm like the prototype now for this.
Okay, he
gifted
did.
Jewelry. But yeah, quick shout out to my friend's jewelry company.
Was aggressive.
What was it? A beetle?
I don't know. I was like some sort of beetle-y looking thing.
Or one of those stink bug things?
Nah, I wasn't a stanky boy.
They've become more prominent over the years.
Big time. I never remember seeing those as a kid. Now, like twice a year, they just invade my upstairs in my house.
I see them all, dating back to like 2 years. I see them all the time. When I was working for the railroad, they'd be in our cabinets and like equipment cabinets and bungalows, like just all over the place. And now they're crawling into my apartment in the summer. I never saw them like this before, or at all, really. But speaking of infestations, it's just like what we were just talking about, and now this new FDNY fire commissioner, clearly a DEI appointment.
Right, because they I love the way they introduce her. And Mondami said his literal words are, now, even though she's never been a firefighter, that's not a problem because she's a lesbian and she's done more for the LGBTQ community than we could possibly imagine. And I'm like, shouldn't the fire commissioner at least have some experience? I get that she's been EMS for 30 years.
Yes.
But don't you think the fire commissioner should have at least a pretty proper understanding of the fire department and how it runs?
Like at the very least, like lieutenant of a firehouse within one of the boroughs.
You would assume like maybe captain, would be a good place to start. Because here's my thing is, it's not about the fact that they hired her. It's how many people were more qualified than her did they pass over in order to hire her?
We're probably not going to know that answer for a while. We might someday.
Hundreds of people, right?
Easily. It's New York City. It's
like there's probably guys with like 10 years on the job that would do a better job than her.
There might be
ranked up yet.
There's probably a bunch of other women that are better than more qualified than her.
But they were like white and straight, and they're like, nah, we can only hire if you're white and a lesbian. That's it.
No, you look too much like Christy Nome. We can't have you.
That's
you got to be this Bull Dyke looking bitch. Short. All right, you got the crew cut, like Beezer type thing going. All right, yeah, you're in.
But Travis, doesn't she look like a spitting image of the woman from California?
Let's see.
When they asked her, like, as a female, like, what happens if a 250-pound man is in a situation where, and like, you need to pull him out of a fire, and she's like, you're a 250-pound man and you're in a situation where I need to rescue you, you fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, you're like, wait, no, that's not how firefighting works. Like, that's not how any of this works. Like, you're supposed to say, like, no, I'm strong enough to pull a 250-pound man out of a fire. Like, that's what leadership says. But again, Karen Bass just appointed this woman because she was a lesbian, and that was pretty much it. It's like, oh, you checked that box, cool. Go be fucking whatever she was. And then when the Palisades fire happened and everything went, no pun intended, tits up, a lot of it had to do with the lack of the leadership or lack thereof amongst the administration and the mayor and everything else throughout the city, because they were too busy glad dicking each other over, a lot like the Providence and Rhode Island police and everybody was about the Brown shooting, when they're like, yeah, but you see how diverse this team of people is and how well we're working together? Isn't that so great?
No.
That we're so diverse and working so well together? And you're like, bro, you haven't done shit. You didn't even catch the guy. Like, you just happened to find him dead because a homeless guy gave you a tip. You found him dead in an apartment fucking 4 hours away.
Yeah,
Like, you didn't do anything.
And you know what? Diversity used to be our strength to a degree. Now it's completely our weakness because it's overforced diversity for the sake of just saying that you are and not
Correct.
caring about the consequences that might entail.
Because it's become people's identity now. It's their whole lives.
And you know who you know who she looks like to me? Fucking Chaz Bono.
I can see it. I can see it.
There's her in her oh yeah, Gay Star News Post. Jesus Christ. Like that's a choice she made.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a choice.
It's so that's the one picture. Well, one picture I could find of her there. And another one's her in a COVID mask, still wearing it from somewhere.
I mean, she really does look like Chaz Bono.
You remember Trooper Bro?
Yeah, of course.
I mean, that's a very specific thing because, that's Dartmouth based. But I mean, that's Trooper Bro with the face mask on. 30 years ago.
But I think, like, at least Trooper Bro had like some feminine qualities to her though. Like, she wasn't completely. You could tell she was a female.
Yes, but also I don't know what Trooper Bro's politics are now.
I can't tell what this thing is.
Yeah, I don't know what Trooper Bro's politics are now.
I don't either. Actually, I don't
although as a butch lesbian state trooper in the 90s,
but she wasn't a lesbian. She had a husband.
Oh, that's right. That is true.
Yeah.
And they lived right on Bridge Street.
The corner of Bridge and Pleasant.
Yep.
Lived right down the street from my grandparents.
Right there. I remember. Yeah, that's right. She did have a. So, hey, I mean, then again, she could have been closeted back then because it was a different time. But, I mean, her hairstyle was certainly a choice back then. But
oh, absolutely.
Regardless of that, let's say hypothetically she is a lesbian now. I think she would be resentful of all of this type of shit.
Yeah, you know why? Because she earned her spot on merit.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't cater to that shit back then. Like, if you were a female and you wanted to be a trooper, you had to pass the same fucking standards as the men did. Like, that's what makes it, like, it's funny, like, and again, I work in law enforcement, so I see this every day. I mean, there are females that work with me that had to do the same things that I did to get in.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, it's on a curve because they're a female, so they don't have to do, like, physically as much as we do because they're not expected to. But if we were being truly honest, like, if you have to run a 12-minute mile to get in, whether you're a male or a female, you should have to run a 12-minute mile, right? Like, you should have to be able to do the same shit. Otherwise, you're basically just admitting that females are not as physically capable as males.
Yeah, this isn't the presidential physical fitness test that we have to take in middle and high school where the parameters are different for male and female. This is, you have to be in law enforcement or EMS or something. Everybody has to be physically capable of doing the same thing. Correct. To the standard. And when that standard gets lowered, we've seen it in the military already, and now in law enforcement, well, I'm granted that probably happened before military or right around the same time. It's like, okay, I get why you're lowering the bar, but if you're gonna be within a branch of any of these things, there has to be a standard, and you have to pass it regardless of what your gender is.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way I see it.
Should be that's the way it should be, but it's not.
Unfortunately, it's not. So, I personally don't have too much more to say on this matter, other than the fact that, yeah, clear DEI hire. I don't think this is going to go the way that Mamdani sees it, although I think that might be by design because, I think honestly...
Well, it's 100% by design because this is exactly what he's doing, exactly what he told you he was going to do.
Well, by design, I mean... on paper, for image sake, this is exactly what he wants. But in terms of how it's going to pan out and their competency, it's not going to go the way he sees it to go. I mean, that remains to be seen. Maybe they will prove me wrong.
I just pray and hope to God that during this idiot experiment that New York is running on itself, that nothing major happens to the point where like we're looking at it like the Palisades fire, or God forbid like a 9/11 type event where the fire commissioner fumbles the fucking bag so hard and it ends up costing more people, more money, more lives, more anything. Because at the end of the day, like if you're unqualified in your position, you're going to get exposed the second, you have to do something. Everybody can fake it till they make it in a way, but in a position that high with that much scrutiny around it, there's no way in hell you're going to be able to fake it when shit really hits the fan.
Well, I mean, you can say that, but look at Tim Walz and how long this has been going on, and
but he's
everything
being covered for. You know what I mean? Like he's never had to. He's not dealing with. Like I'm saying, like in terms of like public safety.
Okay. Yes. Fair.
Yeah, not like a politician. They'll cover for Tim Walz, and they'll say like he'll just sit there and be like, I didn't know.
Yeah, they're covered on a higher level than what you're saying that these people are. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Gotcha.
This woman will be this lesbian fire commissioner will be the first one to get thrown under the proverbial bus
as soon as the shit hits the fan. Yeah.
As soon as shit hits the fan and something goes south, and they need a scapegoat, they'll be, yep, it was her fault. And they'll blame her, and she'll get fired or be given the golden parachute and be forced to resign or whatever. It's a lot like fucking Cuomo. I mean, Cuomo killed, 20,000 New Yorkers by putting COVID positive patients back into nursing homes and not telling anybody.
And mostly elderly people. So
yeah, all elderly for the most, like almost 99.9% of them are elderly. Because obviously it was nursing homes, but those deaths were on his hand. He refused to use any of the aid Trump sent him, and yet he was still able to mount a run for mayor in New York.
Which was, I didn't think, to see that he was like the other major candidate. I was like, how is this guy even still allowed to run after what he did?
You would think that would be immediately disqualifying, but it wasn't. Because people were looking the other way. Because it was either one of two things. Either people were too ignorant and stupid to know that Cuomo was an absolute shitbag, or they were looking at Mondami and they were like, well, I can't vote for this fucking asshole. So
either way, whoever won,
your choices are Cuomo and some Republican who was never going to fucking win anyway.
Right, because no, they weren't even like, it wasn't even down to a Republican candidate or independent on the ballot, obviously. It came down to Cuomo and Mamdani. And either way, I was looking at that, as a non-New York resident, New York City resident specifically, and thinking that neither of these people are good. Like, one guy already openly fucked you.
Afar going, this is going to end in disaster. Jesus Christ.
Well, it's like, do I go with the guy who openly fucked us and is somehow still allowed to run? Or two, a guy who is gonna openly fuck us, but in a different way and probably in even worse ways, and they went with the latter.
Yeah, and I think that's where people like I was talking when you went to take a piss. People get fed up, especially the people that are kind of apolitical that don't keep up with shit every day like you and I do. They get tired of just having to like choose between the lesser of two evils. Like they want to choose somebody good. But that never seems to happen, so they just get exhausted with it. You know what I mean? And they're like, fuck this shit. Like, I don't want to fucking vote for the lesser of two evils. I want to vote for somebody good, or I'm not voting at all. And they just don't vote at all. And
yeah, the apathetic voters.
And then they wonder why their electric bill is through the roof because, well, this is what happens when you don't get involved. But
no, I get the concept of voter apathy. That goes back to the South Park episode with Stan, the douche and turd.
Yeah, giant douche and a turd sandwich.
Yeah, I don't like either side.
Vote or die, bitch.
Yeah, vote against it.
Shake them titties when you vote, bitch.
If you don't vote, then I'll motherfucking kill you.
This is my wife.
I get the apathy behind voting, especially between certain candidates. But there comes a time in your life, or even any election, you got to pick a side, and you don't have to be fully 100% on for either, but you should stand for either. You stand for something or you fall for anything. So it's
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the, like I said, at the end of the day, I think people just get tired of it because they don't know where to turn. They can't trust the mainstream media.
no,
The
I totally get that.
The alternative outlets now are so they're not. It's the one button solution, right? Everybody just wants to be able to push one button, get their news, get their information, and go to bed. They don't want to have to listen to 3 different podcasts to get 3 different opinions on the same shit. They don't want to have to spend 5 hours, listening to a news cycle, via, some fucking YouTube channel on or a Rumble or something like that.
Yeah.
They just want to go to MSNBC or CNN or Fox or whatever.
They want
it
the
is
same talking heads. They don't want any variation in opinion. That's why I try to listen to each story that I follow, like from all sides. That way I can digest it.
Oh, I pay just as much of attention to the liberal rags as I do like PolitiFact and all these different little not Axios, the Atlantic,
Well, it's important because otherwise
all those little outlets that write these articles and shit, like,
well, because
they're
otherwise
straight up telling you.
Because otherwise you're truly living in an echo chamber filled with your own farts, and you love the smell of them, and it's the same farts of the other people. Yeah. Oh, there's George Clooney. He's giving his Oscar acceptance speech.
Oh God, here comes the smug.
And I'd like to accept this award on behalf of the Middle East.
We were talking about AIDS way before anybody else was.
Yep.
We were on the cutting edge of hunger in Africa.
Here it comes, oh God!
God, they were so good. What happened?
Well, we talked about what happened last week.
I know.
This isn't about.
I'm just still mad about it.
Same. Listen, the only reason I brought up South Park is at least that part was relevant.
Well, it's relevant,
and it was an older episode.
That's the beauty of South Park. Is in a lot of these conversations, you can find a South Park reference that is extremely relevant.
And here's the thing: that was an old episode by today's standards, but timeline, which is undeniable. And that's more relevant than anything they said this year, basically.
Smug was what, 2005?
Let's see it, Joe. You gotta let him know, Joe.
Smug alert, March 29th, 2006.
19 years. Going just about 20.
That's close.
No, you were. I was close in saying that was old.
Yeah, no, it's definitely old. Like, that's the thing about South Park episodes too. Is you realize like the first season was like fart jokes and stupid shit, and then basically like season 2 on was kind of like the relevant shit that was like pertaining to what was going on in the world, whether you realized it or not at the time, And once they got into like season 4, it was like completely like full blown into that. But again, season 4 was 2001, like. And that's when they did like, the ladder to heaven after 9/11 with Alan Jackson and where were you when they bombed the towers?
Yeah, and that's already 24 years ago.
I know. It's just fucking wild.
And they didn't get bad until this year.
It didn't suck until this year, and then they just fucking screwed the pooch. Like, god damn, man. Hopefully the next thing they come out with, which I assume will be a special, because if they don't come out with anything between now and September, I'm gonna be fucking pissed.
They can probably get away with that based on whatever their contract is, and considering the new deal they signed.
Yeah, because otherwise, what are we doing now? All right, I mean, listen, if they're just robbing Paramount of money and not doing anything for it, that's fine. But just say that.
You know what? That'd be a lot funnier than this past season.
You're damn right it would.
Well, with that being said, I think I'm done talking about that new NYC bullshit. Like,
yeah, not much else to say about it.
It's funny to bring up. It's interesting.
It's a human experiment that we're going to have to watch in real time, and it's unfortunate. And hopefully, no lives are lost because of it.
Right, absolutely. And the only reason we're bringing it up is because it's current, and also now it's a time capsule moment. We can come back to this later and be like, well, here's what we thought about it then. And here's where we are now, 6-7 months down the line. give or take.
6, 7.
6, exactly. You knew why I said that, goddamn.
I don't know why, but now like I can't not. Anytime somebody says 6, 7 or 6 or 7 or 67, whatever, immediately my immediate reaction. It's like Pavlonian.
Now I do it too, and I don't even care about it. It's just
I'm not a kid like at all by any means, but like it's still super fucking funny to me.
It is funny. Oh shit!
Man.
So you want to end it off on our
let's
Spotify
end it with our Spotify Wrapped. Well, we take like 10 minutes to do this because it's not too crazy, but
yeah. It doesn't have to be long.
Spotify Wrapped is one of those things. Like I said, I'm fascinated by people's Spotify Wrapped. I love it. Like I love when people post their shit and like what their top songs were, artists, so on and so forth, and all that. Because to me, it's just funny. But I mean, obviously, I love going through mine and looking at like what I listen to and how much the statistics. I'm a huge stat nerd. You know what I mean? Like I love going through and looking at numbers. Like for example, so my top artist for this year, which is absolutely crazy to me. Where is it? Let's see. Well, I guess I gotta go to my rap party again. God damn it. Shut up. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. Where is it? Oh, right here. Herp. All right. So my top 5 artists, and you know me and you know my taste in music. So this is fucking hilarious in a lot of ways. My number 1 artist for I think the 3rd straight year now, DMX. I don't know how that happens. I don't know how that happens every year. It just does. But number 2 this year was Young Jeezy.
Okay.
Which I think was because this was the 20-year anniversary of the Snowman album. So July 26, 2005 was the year that was the day the Snowman album came out. So I was definitely going heavy on Jeezy throughout the summer.
Sure, you do you, fam.
Number 3 was Metallica because they're always in my top 5.
Yeah.
Number 4 was Van Halen.
Panama.
Which, again, I think because the reason why Van Halen was in there is because we had a golf tournament over the summer. And me, my dad, my brother, and my buddy were playing, and we didn't know what to listen to because my dad hates like hip hop and heavy metal and all that shit. And I was like, well, what can we put on that dad's gonna want to listen to or not hate? And I just threw on Van Halen, and dude, like it was just a hit. Like everybody was jamming out to it. It was a great time.
You saw your dad smile for the first time in like 25 years.
Exactly. Like my dad actually cracked a smile, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I like this song. It's good." Like.
And then
we were loving it.
And then he noticed that you noticed him smiling and then called you a fag, and it was just like, just keep playing.
He was like, "Stop looking at me, faggot." And but so who knew Van Halen was going to be the move that day? But we did listen to like I want to say like 5 straight hours of Van Halen. And then number 5, 50 Cent. I have no idea how that ended up being the case.
Up in here, up in here.
Yeah, I have no clue.
No, 50's good, man.
I mean, I think DMX, Jeezy, Metallica, Van Halen, and 50, that's a pretty weird combination of people, but if you know me, I think that's pretty normal.
Mine's pretty weird. So, you just did your top artists, right?
Those are my top 5 artists of the year, yeah.
Yeah, so let me take... So mine were... Let's see. Oh, do I have to go through the goddamn slideshow with this thing?
You shouldn't. It should if you go if you go to the revisit your Wrapped thing.
Yeah, I'm in Wrapped. Top songs or story? No, Jesus, I'm really showing my age here. I scroll down.
To 58,400 minutes of Spotify this year, which is an average of 40 minutes a day.
I probably
that's 40 days straight.
Shit.
Worth of time. 338 different genres. My number 1 genre was hardcore hip hop, clearly. Number 2 was metal. 3 was electro. 4 synthwave and 5 punk.
Oh, nice! You had synthwave on there, top 5.
Oh, dude, because I listen to synthwave primarily when I'm racing on my sim.
It's the perfect driving music.
It really is because it's no lyrics and it's a beat and you're not really like paying attention to it.
It helps you get in the zone too. Like,
Yeah, it's rhythmic and you know what I mean. It's just it's good. It goes.
Yeah, so I'm in the goddamn thing.
My number one song was the techno remix of Hail Hitler.
But you weren't number 13.
No. My brother was number 13 in the world. They said you were in the top 13 listeners of this song worldwide.
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 Number 13.
Yeah.
And it's not like this is some not used app. This is Spotify. It's right up there with Apple Podcasts or iTunes. It's
right.
That's nuts. So all right, I found my shit. So my top artist. Number 1 after the burial.
I don't know who that is, but I assume it's a metal band.
I'll send you some of their. They have so many good songs. They're fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, if you like them, I'll probably like them. So
yeah, I haven't steered you wrong yet. You like that new Haunted album that came out this year?
Yeah, that was good.
Number 2, Killswitch Engage, just because they're always in my like rotation.
Kind of gay, but all right.
All right. Number 3, Mastodon.
Oh no, wait. Actually, Killswitch is good. It's 5 Finger Death Punch. I'm gonna figure.
Oh yeah, no, you mean 5 Faggot Fist Fuck?
Yeah. Sorry, I get those two confused a lot.
No, Killswitch is good.
Killswitch is good. They actually I like Killswitch. They're all right.
Yo, what's up, Clutch? My boy Clutch just joined the chat.
What's up, dog?
So number 3, Mastodon.
Mastodon rules.
They're kind of in R.I.P. Brent Hines. He died earlier, just a couple months
ago, right?
Yeah, motorcycle accident.
Yep, I remember that.
Number 4, Karangbin, which is like,
I don't know who that is.
they're like a funk jazz jam 3-piece. Drummer, guitarist, bassist.
Not my style.
You would probably like it though.
I don't know.
It's
jam band guy.
Well, it's not jam band. It's not like Fish.
All right, or Mo.
No, it's not like that at all. It's very. It's like
that shit makes me want to blow my brains out.
No, this is like throwback '60s like type of shit. I'll send you something to theirs. It's actually good driving music too.
Word.
And then number 5, Black Dahlia Murder.
Interesting. I would not have picked that for you.
Oh, dude, I love the Black Dahlia Murder.
Let me just. They're one of those bands that because they were like 05, 06-ish when they were big.
I mean, they haven't stopped.
Since they've been around for a while, right?
2003.
03, that's what it was. So yeah, like my senior year of high school. And pretty much anything that came out like 03 and after, unless it was hip hop or rap, I probably didn't listen to it. Like I missed like the Black Dahlia Murder, like I missed that whole like emo stage of like
I didn't listen to that shit.
My Chemical Romance and all that gay
no,
shit.
Fuck that.
Yeah, it's just fucking gay as hell.
That's
couple
so
of
gay.
bangers here and there. But like like the Killers, like I swear to God, if I have to hear that fucking song one more goddamn time.
Dude, white people go crazy for Mr. Brightside.
It's insane.
And they're younger than the song. And they're like, I missed at my brother's wedding last year.
Yeah, I think you mentioned this, right? All right, it was you then.
Him and his friends went nuts.
Yeah, it's crazy. I just don't get it. It's so gay.
And meanwhile, I'm just standing there off to the side with my girlfriend at the time, and we're both, and she's white as fuck, but we're both standing there like, why is everyone
fucking white people, man?
This song isn't even good.
It's right. It's not. It's really not. Like it's just a sing along, but it's not good. It's not like a good sing along. You know. But yeah, that was like I think I lumped Black Dahlia Murder like into that group of and just never fucking gave.
Oh no,
like,
They were doing basically what they were doing what my band was doing, but better at the same. We were contemporaries.
Okay.
Like playing around the same time, and well, actually at the same time, but they're still going. And they're like if you like At the Gates, you're gonna like them.
Oh, okay, that makes sense then. I mean, I'm not a huge At the Gates fan. I like some of their stuff. Like they're one of those bands that I'm like, yeah, they're cool, they're talented, I like them. They have a good sound. but not my cup of tea like on a regular basis.
You'll
You know what I'm
probably
saying?
you'll probably like Black Dahlia Murder better then because they are more clean and catchy.
Okay, I'll give them a chance.
And they got like this
'Cause
weird
like I said, like I lump them in like the same way like I don't do like I don't really listen to like Kill Switch that much because just I don't know, like I think I lump them in with like Five Finger Death Punch and Volbeat. And I'm just
Oh,
like,
dude, Volbeat. You mean the guy that sounds like Cher?
yeah, Volbeat's just like Volbeat is like if you took Godsmack and cut their balls off.
Well, I mean that's kind of Godsmack now because Sully doesn't like yell anymore,
Well, he can't. He spent his whole career yelling like that. Eventually, it was gonna fade.
and also Godsmack sucks.
I mean, they had some pretty cool songs at one point. They weren't all bad, but yeah, Godsmack. Like after their first album, you're like, all right, that was cool. Then they came out with their second album, you're like, I suddenly hate you. Like, what the fuck happened?
You guys are pretty gay, actually.
Yeah, it's like actually, like when they came out with Whiskey Hangover, I was just like, oh no,
What is
this?
What's going on here?
Like I'm pissing into the wind into my own face. And you're like, what the fuck are these lyrics? Like, it's not Dave Mustaine bad, but it's pretty bad.
Oh, speaking of which, apparently there's like a new, at least Megadeth single or entire album that I'm not going to listen to.
I'm going to listen to it because I've been told that the lyrics sound like a fucking 12-year-old like fucking World of Warcraft fanboy wrote. They said it's like the worst shit ever. It's the most Dave Mustaine shit ever, but it's also fucking terrible. So I'm gonna give it a hate listen because,
Oh,
I got to.
That's like listening or like watching the movie Madam Web.
Yeah,
Dude, it's not a bad. It's a terrible movie. It's almost everything is horrible about it. Like the way it's made and the ADR, the terrible ADR in it. Oh my god.
yeah.
And the acting is terrible. The script, like the writing, it's all bad, but it's entertaining because of how bad it is. It's one of those types of movies where it's worth watching at least once just to see this train wreck.
Right. Okay, that's fair enough.
And Sydney Sweeney's in it, so.
Oh well, Jesus Christ, way to bury the lead, bro. Jeez.
I mean,
I'll watch anything with Sydney Sweeney at least once.
Well, yeah, as you should.
Yeah, because titties. What were your top? So that was your top artist of the year, right?
Correct.
And then my top songs we can skip. I don't even need to do top songs because the thing with top songs with me is I'll add songs to my liked playlist and then I'll play my liked playlist. So everything the more recently added shit, like if I add something in January.
Oh, that's why you put it on shuffle. Or
I do that sometimes, but then I'm like, I just end up being like, no, I don't want to listen to this song.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I meant to take this song off my liked playlist, 6 years ago when I
and then you got to hit the thing again and then twice.
And then I got to like take out my go like this on my watch and hit skip and interrupt my dart game or something. So I usually just started at the top and listen to it down.
Yeah.
And so the shit that gets added in like January, February, those are like typically my most listened to songs.
Mm-hmm.
Except this year, which was the techno remix of Kanye's HH 150.
Right. Well, you got to hear the remix.
Well, the remix is great. It's boppy for sure. But my top albums this year were Trapper Die, Jeezy's mixtape from like 2004, which is one of the best mixtapes of all time, in my opinion. And then again, Let's Get It, which was the Snowman album, Jeezy. And then number 3 was Streetwalker by Night Stop, which is one of those electro.
Oh, yeah, that's on my playlist. Yeah, Night Stop's great. That whole album, it's about hookers.
Yeah, it's fucking great though. It's such a fucking rat. Every beat fucking slaps.
That's a great album. Yeah.
And then It's Dark and Hell is Hot because throw up the X. And then The Massacre by 50, which I don't know. I don't remember really like listening to The Massacre outside of like 1 or 2 times. Like I think just for nostalgia purposes, I threw it on and like kind of skipped around on it because it was honestly a lot of songs in that album I really don't care for.
Yeah.
But there's a couple of bangers on there, and all in all, it's a really, 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 really fucking good album. But yeah, it was weird.
No, that's pretty varied. Like you danced around a bit, man.
Yeah,
you got some very good synthwave on there.
Oh, dude, my synthwave playlist, my EDM like synthwave playlist has grown exponentially over the last like 3 years. It's like I put on. There's one song I can send it to you, or I can just tell you actually what it is. It's called Up Down by. Hang on, I'll tell you right now. And I just searched this one song one day and just went based on let Spotify play off of it what it thought I would like. Up Down by Bray Deasy and Tyreek or Die. Apparently, but anyway, it was like a TikTok find, and it was kind of like a boppy banger, and I was just like thumping to it, and I'm like, oh, this isn't bad, and I'm like, this is kind of sweet, and then Spotify just started playing off of that song. And next thing you know, I've got like a dozen fucking like EDM songs. I'm like, oh, this is a fucking dope beat. Oh, this is sweet. Like, this is cool.
That's what happens with the algorithm.
Yeah, and it just dictates. Then it's like, all right, you like this, you'll probably like this. And now I'm finding like all this shit that I never knew I would ever possibly fucking like.
Yeah, I'm constantly adding new shit to mine because I'll put it on the. I'll go to my like songs, like my main playlist, and I have sub playlists. Like, I have one for kayaking specifically. I have one for riding my longboard specifically.
Nice.
Although there's some stream crossing on those two. Because it's kind of the same vibe when I'm out there on either of those things. But, yes, there's so much stuff out there, man, and it's all good.
It really is. That's the funny thing. It's like there's so much good shit out there, and you'll never hear it all. But the least I can do is try.
I use the. So I'll put it on my like songs, and then I put it on the Smart Shovel, where it'll pepper in songs that are similar, or artists that are similar to what you're already listening to, and that it's new to you, perhaps. Right. And I find new shit that way. Sometimes. Yeah.
That makes sense. Fun.
So, yeah, I sent you one video. You can watch these at your leisure.
But, I will.
Oh, so, yeah, what are we doing next for the categories? Top song?
What was it? Your top songs?
You want to do that?
Yeah, so my top songs were pretty fucking hilarious. Top 5, like I said, there was the techno remix HH150 by Furio. Number 2 is Executioner's Tax, once again, which tied for number 1 actually by Power Trip. Dig Up Her Bones by the Misfits was number 3.
Mm-hmm. Great one.
IRQ Zero System Clock by Master Boot Record, another EDM song, and then Man in Finance, Rios mix, Girl on the Couch.
That just sounds like a porn video.
Yeah, it's that that girl that was like, I'm looking for a man in finance, 6'5", trust fund. Blue eyes.
Yeah.
It's just somebody just took that and just made like the most ravey fucking song possible out of it, and it absolutely fucking smacks. And, and it started off as a joke. I was like, oh, that's fucking hilarious. Like, that's wicked funny. Somebody made this like into a really good song. And then it just ended up staying on my like songs list. And I'm like, oh, now this shit kind of slaps. Now I'm bopping to it in the car like by myself. Like,
and therefore, it rounds off your top 5.
Yeah, and then I think like number 6 was like Orchestrated. He's an Australian EDM guy.
Okay.
Pretty good shit.
Word. Well, yeah, my top 5. Number 1, Neo Soul. And it's soul spelled like Korea.
Ah, yes.
It's After the Burial. It's an older song of theirs. It's just, that one fucking slaps. It has kind of like a synth wavy opening.
Yep.
But the rest of it, I'll send you that one too. And then number 2, Respire by also After the Burial.
Okay. Noticing a trend here.
Yep. Number 3, Freya by The Sword, which is also an older song, but god damn it, does that song slap. It's just a good stoner metal song. It's heavy as shit. Think like old Black Sabbath.
Okay.
That type of thing. Number 4, Take a Look Around by Limp Bizkit.
Dude.
And that's mostly because this is when I started this year doing it at karaoke, so I was listening to it a lot, so I could get the vocal pattern down.
That is a great fucking song.
It just is.
It's almost perfect, like in every sense of the word. It's got a little bit of everything.
It's fun to do once you get the vocal pattern down.
Oh hell yeah.
That's why I listened to it as many times as I did, because it is tricky.
That's one of my go-to, like, like fifth, sixth hole of the golf course. We need a little bit of juice.
Yes,
Like,
hell
or we're
yeah,
cruising and we want to fucking go harder.
goddamn right. And rounding
Yeah.
out my top 5 at number 5, of course, the song written about me, "Smooth Operator" by Sade.
Ah, naturally.
Because I went to the beach a lot this year. I kayaked a lot. That's on like all my. That's like
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like
the perfect beach song.
The last couple of years, my like songs, like my top 5 played songs, had reflected my golf playlist.
Mm.
You know, because when you're on the course, you're on the course for hours. You start the playlist off. It's only like, maybe a 3-hour, 4-hour playlist.
Yeah.
And then you play it. So whether you shuffle it or play it from the top, it doesn't matter. You're going to hit everything over the course of a round. So you'll hit those. You play 20 times a year. That's 20 listens each to those songs. I mean, and then,
Yes.
anything above that is like, all right. So that's automatically going to get mostly into your top 5 right there. So I get it. I get the kayaking beach thing. That makes sense.
Oh, it absolutely does. It's great.
Because it's a very specific vibe that you need, Like I can't just throw on Metallica when I'm on the golf course. I can, but it doesn't always fit.
It's like when
it doesn't match my mood on the course most of the time.
Well, it's like the other day when I took a hike the day after it snowed, or like the morning of. So there's a few inches on the ground,
Mm-hmm.
And it was very scenic and very nice looking. And then Sublime comes on in my earbuds, and I'm like, nope, can't. This is not
beach. That's summertime beach music.
That's me on the beach. Nope, can't listen to it. Me amongst the trees, in the woods, and there's snow on the ground, and I'm trudging through it. That's not how this shit works.
So like, their first album came out June 1st, 1992.
Yeah.
And what was that? 40 Ounces to Freedom. Hold on. What was the
Well, they had some demos before that.
Yeah, but what was it? No, all right. So the Sublime, the 96 album, Sublime.
The self-titled.
July 30th, 1996. Like, that will forever be a summertime album for me.
They all are.
Because
but that one, yeah.
But it came out at the end of July. You know what I mean? So like, I'll always associate it with that time of year.
Yes.
And I can't, like, it's hard for me sometimes to listen to it otherwise. Like not on.
They're one of the most like California bands besides like the Beach Boys in terms of the vibe. Like it's just like they're synonymous with that location, that time of year. Like just you think of that type of shit.
Like Stick Figure, for example.
Yeah.
I can't listen to Stick Figure unless I'm in Florida or it's the middle of summer.
Fair.
That's it. That's the only time I like to listen to them. You know what I mean? Like, my wife will throw them on sometimes in the car, and I'm like, but it takes me to a happy place,
Sure.
I'm like,
because you still like it, but it in the back of your mind, you're still like, this is out of season.
Yeah, like when like Baltimora, the Tarzan Boy song.
Oh yeah.
So Baltimore has been like, that fucking album has become a running joke between me, my wife, my sister-in-law and her husband. And because a couple of years ago, they always come up and visit us Feast Weekend, and they stay with us. And that year, like, I was super shit-faced, and so my brother and I were on the way home from golf one day, and that song came on my brother's playlist on the golf course, and then it came home again on the way home. And for some reason, like, his Spotify got stuck and just kept playing it over and over and over again, to the point, like, we just started laughing about it because we're like, why does it keep like, we would change the song and then the next song would be that again. And we're like, why does it keep going back to this fucking song? And we were he had his little stupid dog on my lap. No, she's not stupid. She's very cute. She's a little mini Australian Shepherd. She's wicked fat. And the song came on, and I just remember looking at her and going, hey, Lulu, want to hear a cool song? Because it was like the 5th time in a row it had come on. And so when my sister-in-law and brother-in-law came up from Florida, it was like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I kept playing it, and I was like cleaning up, and I was like, they're like trying to go to bed. My wife's trying to go to bed. It's like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, hey guys, want to hear a cool song? And I just kept fucking blasting it over and over and over again on the speaker for no reason for like half an hour. And like I can just hear like my brother-in-law just goes, no. And I just hear my sister-in-law start crying, laughing, like knowing what was coming.
No.
And now every single time like that song will come on like at her work in Florida, and she'll just Snapchat it to me, like, Snapchat me and my wife, and like it's just become a joke, like it's a running joke now. But Baltimore, like that whole album, that is like me and my wife outside playing cornhole in the summertime, like vibes. Like that's it. It's the only time I listen to it. Like I won't ever put that on in the winter for really any reason.
Yep. Certain albums for me are seasonal and synonymous. I mean, there are others that I can listen to at any time of the year, but they still have hold a specific time and place for me when I like was first listening to them or listened to them a lot.
Yep.
And yes, most of them are like the summertime shit, but I have some winter stuff that like Opeth Blackwater Park is synonymous with winter for me while I was in my second year of college.
Right.
But that's a specific time, place, blah, blah, blah. I could still listen to that album right now or in the summer and be like, yep, still works.
Yeah, but like every single like every spring, like May, I always have to listen to Gangster and a Gentleman by Styles P.
There you go.
Like, because the weather's getting warmer. It's not quite Memorial Day, but the weather's turning. It's getting warmer, and it's starting to warm up. The album had come out, I think, in the summertime, but I didn't get it until the spring.
Mm-hmm.
So then I associate it with that time of year. So every year, it's like my spring tradition. You know what I mean? Like,
hey, nothing wrong with that, man.
First time driving with the windows down, Gangster and a Gentleman. Let's do it.
It's that time.
Yep, it's that time. Reminds me of banging out in my Jetta with my 212s in the trunk.
There you go. Got them kickers.
Damn straight. Nah, I had Sony's, cuz,
All right.
I didn't have kicker money. I had Sony's,
You got some subwoofer in there though, right?
I had 212s in the back of my trunk in my Jetta, and that shit thumped. Let me tell you.
There it is.
It worked. It worked well.
As it should.
It did.
Because that's your right as a goddamn American.
God damn it.
God damn it.
Just watch out for them clippings.
Watch out for the clippings and God bless. I think.
God bless.
What do you think, Joe?
I think we're good.
I think
that covers
so,
it.
too. Yeah, we did.
That covers it, because now I have to piss, and I got to watch the end of this Monday Night Football game. I got to check on my parlay. I haven't checked yet. I know.
Parlay.
I got a few things going my way.
This
but I think,
goddamn degenerate gambler over here.
Yeah, I know. My whole $10. I won $200 last night. I'm treating myself to another $10 bet today.
Well,
I'll probably lose, but
that's still something.
Yeah. Oh man, but hey, I did put $100 on the Broncos to win the Super Bowl preseason.
Okay,
and,
that could happen.
I could cash that out right now if I wanted to, for $470.
So you can cash out a bet that you made at the beginning of the season, and what you bet on hasn't even happened yet.
Yes, so the whole so FanDuel lets you if you do preseason bets, you can put money on it, and then as the odds shift, you can cash that bet out. So if they think the Broncos are going to win the Super Bowl,
right,
they'll be like, "Hey, we'll give you $470 to cash this out, so we don't have to pay you $4,800 in February."
Okay. Now that makes more sense.
Buying you out of the bet.
That's how they're getting away with it, because they can, depending on the users, save some money.
Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I should have cashed out Nick Benito, Defensive Player of the Year last year. I put a $10 bet in on him to win $3,700.
Yeah.
And it got up to $690, and I was looking at the schedule for the rest of the year, I was like, nah, fuck it. I'm going to let it ride, dude. It's a $10 bet. Who cares? Let it ride. I'll be pissed if he wins it and I cash it out for $700 and lose out on $3,000.
Mm-hmm.
And then he kind of disappeared for 2 weeks, and then that was the end of that. I was like,
yes.
God damn it. Because it will reflect based on week to week performance.
Okay,
so,
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so it's fun, but it's you.
I'm not a gambler, and I don't pay that much attention to all that stuff. So that's why I ask.
Yeah, no, it's
but that does make sense. Yeah.
Yeah, so I could make $370 off of that. I put $100 on Bo Nix to win MVP preseason.
Yep,
and
That can still
That got
happen.
down, that cash out went down as low as like $1.89, and then they beat the Green Bay Packers, and it went back up to 100. So I cashed it out because I was like, well, I'll just take my money back then.
Right?
He's not
Yeah, because
winning
the MVP can go anyway. It's sometimes it seems arbitrary, like, or most of the time they get it right, I think. But
Yeah, like it should be Matt Stafford this year, but I mean, he's only got 144 yards and 2 picks so far against Atlanta, a team they should be tearing up right now. But it's still 7 minutes to go in the third. Plenty of time to rectify the situation, but not good because MVP is usually one of those. It's usually about yes, it's your season stats, it's your cumulative total of your body of work for the season, but a lot of it is very dependent on what you do in primetime games as well. Like if you come out in primetime and kill it,
that's a factor.
everybody sees it. Everybody's like, oh wow, this guy's great. You know, they don't see when you're playing at 1:00 on Sunday amongst, you know, there's 8 other games going on.
Yeah.
And, you know, you kind of throw a stinker out there. They might look at the stats and be like, oh wow, look at that box score. Like, I wonder what happened. Oh, he's usually good. I don't get it. And they'll still vote for him anyway.
Yeah, so, and more often than not, the MVP doesn't get it even go to the Super Bowl sometimes.
The MVP in the NFL MVP has not. No one has won MVP and the Super Bowl in the same season since 1999. Kurt Warner.
No shit.
Yep.
I thought it was a while. I didn't know it was that long.
Yep. Kurt Warner was the last one to win both. So if you win the MVP, good luck.
It's almost like it's almost like
a death kiss.
Almost like being on the cover of Madden.
Yes. Which that is thankfully that curse seems to have been broken.
Also, wasn't really a curse because only like a handful of guys ever.
Well, no, there was a pretty good run there for like 10 years where like people got completely fucked. Started with Marshall Faulk, and then it went to let's see, Marshall Faulk was 03, 04 was Michael Vick, broke his leg. 2005 was Ray Lewis, he got hurt, missed a lot of the season. 06 was McNabb, tore his ACL. 07 was Vince Young, he was a total bust. 08, I forget who 08 was.
Was that the year that they had the fullback from Cleveland?
No, Peyton Hillis was like 2011 or I think 2011.
All right, I wasn't that far off.
Madden after like I think the last one I bought was the one with Larry Fitz and Polamalu on the cover.
Oh yeah, that was probably like 2010,
12 or 10, I think maybe somewhere in there.
In that region.
And that was the last one. That was like one of the, or I think it even might have been earlier than that. It might have been like 09.
Dude, the fact that you remembered all that, like you achieved total recall.
Yeah. Sometimes my tism kicks into high gear and I can just go.
But hey, that's part of what you can expect here at the adult table, and also,
indeed,
when you listen to the dulcet tones of Joey's voice on row 1, seat 1.
It's like listening to Sam Elliott on a cool morning when the dew is just cresting the grass. Oh, Matt Stafford touchdown! Fuck yeah! It's not Puka Nacua, who I really needed it to be, though, so that sucks for me. But
you and your fucking parlays and your
my pollies, bro,
and your gay bars and your.
But you know what though, I did need all those yards for Matt Stafford. I do have Matt Stafford going over 200 yards, so it all helps. But nonetheless, but yeah, you can hear these dulcet tones. Row 1, seat 1 more. But yeah,
every goddamn Tuesday.
Do you watch Stranger Things, by the way?
Not since season. I watched season 2 when it aired, and then I was like, I'm done.
Okay.
Yeah. So no, I haven't followed it.
Apparently, everybody's all pissed off because they made Will gay.
Wasn't he gay coded or whatever they say now? I don't care. I literally couldn't give a shit. About
everybody's just mad. They're like, you made it gay's not a superpower. And I'm like, oh god. So I guess it sounds like they just tried to force it. They like trying to ramrod it down their throat.
Well, then they took too long to film the season, so all the kids are like 25
I think I've watched
now.
the first 2 episodes of the new season, and I'm like, I'll get to it when I get to it. You know, it's one of those shows now.
Yeah, I gave up on it after season 2, so I haven't followed it.
Now I found out
then.
Will's gay, and I already kind of accidentally watched the scene where he comes out and he's like crying, and it's this big emotional thing in front of the whole people. And he's like, I don't like girls. And we're like, okay, cool, faggot. Who cares?
Go ride your bike.
Yeah, with no seat.
Yeah.
We all know you're a little light in the loafers. We all suspected it, you little bitch. But I digest.
Always knew you were fat.
Until next week, Trav.
Until next week, folks. Everybody have a good week. Oh, and again, want to shout out, goddamn, Nantucket Cloths for the jewelry. Not a
yes.
sponsor, but they're
Shout 'em
making
out.
men's jewelry now. They do women's jewelry, and they got some apparel. And Kristen's also a top-notch photographer for any of your events.
Go give them a shout.
Give him a shout. All right, folks. Yes, Joey, great talking as always, brother.
Absolutely good shit.
And Happy New Year to everybody.
Happy New Year to you, yours, and everybody listening. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Take care,
Until
folks.
next week.
Salud.
Peace.